Hi, it is Thermal Imploder, and today, guys, well, we are talking about a topic not very too many people really, I don't think about, but what if Yoda didn't run away while fighting Palpatine? So this actually could have changed the outcome of a lot of things, and it's kind of strange to think about that such small things can change the outcome in such dramatic ways. But yeah, if Yoda stayed to fight Palpatine in the end of the Revenge of the Sith, well, what would have happened? So of course, this is a theory video. None of this is confirmed that this necessarily would happen, and there's a ton of different things that can happen. I'm just going to be telling you guys today what I believe would happen. So yeah, like the video to help support the channel, and consider subscribing for daily Star Wars videos. Let's get into it. So, Yoda's fighting Palpatine inside the chamber of the Senate, throwing their chair things at each other, and then Yoda falls. Instead of Yoda getting up and running away, he gets back up. Force jumps back upwards towards Palpatine and keeps dueling him again and again. They're very evenly matched, as both of the strongest on each side. Yoda, the strongest Jedi, for the Jedi, and, well, Palpatine, the strongest Sith. Dueling and giving it them their all, they will eventually get tired and exhausted, and one of them probably will leave. Who will it be? It will not be Palpatine. But would it be Yoda? In this case, it can't be Yoda, because he's going to stay and fight. So they would most likely keep dueling, and, well, Yoda is older and most likely would get tired faster. Now, Palpatine, though, does have Force Lightning and a lot of other Sith Force powers that he can use against Yoda. So Yoda will be trying to use his best strength to defend this. Yoda will most likely be able to withstand and defend himself, but not necessarily attack. So killing Palpatine will not necessarily happen. Now, of course, this battle would last for a very long time, as they are both evenly matched so well. Yoda doing the same thing, trying to just play defense and try to tire Palpatine out, as he is tired. And Palpatine just trying to kill Yoda. And, well, what happens next? Yoda jumps on down, trying to take out Palpatine. Palpatine shoots his Force Lightning at Yoda, and Yoda tries to deflect it. His lightsaber gets knocked out of his hand, and Palpatine electrocutes him. Yoda sitting there with nothing to do but sit there while getting electrocuted by Palpatine's Force Lightning. Uncontrollably stuck in that place, getting tortured by Palpatine. Now, of course, he may be able to get up, as he is very strong. Most likely, though, as you've seen other strong Jedi, Force Lightning, you will fall and not resist at all. So, he most likely would sit there and, well, Palpatine would most likely end up taking out his lightsaber and beheading Yoda. Now, Yoda's dead. What happens? Well, the first thing is, well, really, so much would change. Because Obi-Wan would end up being the only one instead of Yoda. So Yoda going into hiding would really not be anything. Obi-Wan would most likely, when he gets the kids from Padme, well, instead of keeping them up to, he most likely would still give Leia up, maybe, but I feel like he would train Luke himself on Tatooine instead of giving him to Anakin's, what's left of Anakin's family, sort of, his family. You know what I mean. But now here's the thing: Obi-Wan would end up needing to train Luke well, Luke ends up training to become a Jedi just like Obi-Wan. Now, here's the thing. Leia is still back on her own planet, and, well, the whole entire thing with Han Solo, yes, may happen. At the same time, chances aren't that great, because most likely, Luke will still be getting trained. And will not be leaving. So, as they train there, Luke will want to become a Jedi more and more and defeat Vader. He will most likely learn the truth of his father more early on. He'd be able to defeat him and know the truth. Now, that changes so much just right there, and I'll keep going. So Obi-Wan is training Yoda as he is training him. Most likely, eventually, he will run into Stormtrooper. Obi-Wan uses his mind trick on them, and Luke learns that too. Eventually, they get into the cantina, and well, somebody ends up reporting them that they're Jedi. Most likely then, as it is known that there's 2 Jedi there, they will send in troops to train. Obi-Wan will leave with Luke away, most likely to a more populated and not very heavily occupied place on, well, another planet. So I have no idea what planet this would be, but I'm assuming it would most likely be in mid-rim, not the outer or the inner, because the inner rim would most likely be almost fully taken control by the Empire, and the mid-rim would be mixed, and then of course there's the outer rim with partial control and stuff. But yeah, so trying to hunt them down. Now Vader knows of Obi-Wan, trying to track him down and find him inside of this. Eventually, he will get run into and tracked down. Obi-Wan and Luke are stuck there. Vader is there, ready to destroy them. He orders his troops not to fire, and that he wants to deal with them himself. Luke still has not learned of his sister, but maybe he has, I don't know. In this case, I want to go with he has. Now, Vader comes there and tells Luke all about all this stuff. Luke already knows, is prepared. Obi-Wan is much younger than he was when he fought Vader and died. As he prepares to make a duel with Vader once again, Luke is ready to defend him by his side. 2 people versus Vader that are very strong. Now Luke will still be very strong, maybe not as strong though, because he didn't get training from both Yoda and Obi-Wan, but Obi-Wan is a very powerful Jedi, and well, was trained by Qui-Gon, another very powerful Jedi, and Obi-Wan trained Anakin, the Dark Lord of the Sith, and well, most likely this would result in a duel. This duel would go on for a while. I don't know necessarily the amount of time, I can't say, but they would duel, and eventually one of them would get struck down by Vader. In this case, I'm going to go with, well, Obi-Wan, because he is older and stuff, and Luke is still there. Now, as this happens though, and he goes and kills Obi-Wan and stands there in victory, Luke comes back and tries to destroy him. This duel would be filled with more hatred in Luke, and will be using the dark side of the Force. Vader will persuade him and trick him into joining the dark side. Luke will fall under control and join his father and begin to rule the galaxy. He will find his sister and capture her and make her join them too. Leia would most likely resist, as she was grown up, still on the same planet, and well, the same family. So now it's there. They have gotten her. What would she do? Most likely get killed / executed by stormtroopers or Vader himself. Now, the galaxy would not have any Jedi left to take them over. Now, here's the thing. Palpatine knew that he would get overthrown eventually, and that's why he made Vader's suit so that it could not stand lightning. Fun fact, if you didn't know. But, well, here's the thing. Now there is 3 Siths in the 2 Sith rule. So, there's supposed to be only 2 Siths, and there's 3. What does that mean? Well, either they are breaking the rule of 2, or they are going to start the rule of 3. Now, personally, I think that the rule of 3 would work great, but in this case, I assume that Palpatine would think that they would try to overthrow him, and Vader would like to do that too. Most likely, a duel would end up happening. Palpatine would end up killing Vader, destroying him. Luke will end up becoming Palpatine's apprentice in training. Most likely, the galaxy would go through the same thing, but not with as much of a rebellion. Now, instead of having a giant rebellion and being supplied and led by General Leia and all this other stuff, well, without a bunch of this, stuff would change dramatically. Well, how would that happen? Well, it's kind of complicated, but Alderaan wouldn't be able to supply, if you know what I'm saying, because they do supply them with weapons and ships, the rebellion. Alderaan would most likely get blown up. Still, yes, as a test. But Alderaan would not be able to continue doing it, and it most likely would happen, well, around the same time, but Leia would have already been taken, and maybe even blown up on it. I would assume that before doing that, though, Vader and Luke would decide to take her out, and then blow up the planet, forcing her to watch. Now, of course, that happens. Now, the rebellion cannot fully get built and is stuck here. Yes, it did get blown up and the rebellion was there, but the rebellion started a lot earlier. With Luke turning and not saving Leia when she was captured, that could change a lot. But Leia may not have been captured, though, too. In this scenario, we're going to say that Leia was saved, most likely by somebody else, because Luke and Obi-Wan and Han and Chewie don't go to the Death Star. We're going to assume that she does make it out somehow, or just doesn't get captured in the first place. Now, here's the thing. Luke and Palpatine are ruling, well, the Chosen One. Yes, he is still the Chosen One. Luke is the Chosen One. Now, I do know some people think that Anakin is the Chosen One, but Luke is the one that defeats the last Sith. He destroys Palpatine and Vader and brings Vader back to good. Luke is the Chosen One. He is the Chosen One. He will fulfill the prophecy. Now, he most likely would end up realizing chaos the way to it. He'd most likely end up ending the Force being used by Jedi or Sith. Now, I know this sounds Last Jedi-ish and stuff, but no, this is most likely something that might happen, because he would have turned to the dark side. And when he does realize, though, already when the whole entire galaxy is in the Empire's control and is going through complete chaos, well, he most likely would realize that he needs to kill Palpatine. He'd most likely make an assassination attempt and fail and get into a duel. The duel would go on, and he would defeat Palpatine. looks to defeating Palpatine, he would most likely have some sort of catastrophic thing happen to the Empire. Maybe sending some parts of the Empire to fight against other parts of the Empire, trying to do that, or just disassembling the Empire itself and giving all the planets back their homes. Don't know what would happen, but overall he would end up most likely either bringing back the Jedi or ending Jedi and Sith overall. So I'll explain both scenarios. If he was to end the Jedi, he would pretty much destroy most likely the Jedi ways and stuff and how to become a Jedi. Or yes, he may leave it and stuff, but he would end up, well, killing himself. Why? Because of what he had done, and as a Jedi, being a Sith and causing that much. If Palpatine were to have been a Jedi before that and then turned back to the Jedi, that is something that he may have done. So, now here's the other solution though. He starts a whole entire Jedi thing and trains more Jedi. This one is most likely not as likely because he was trained as a Jedi and still turned. Though he still might, because he does need to continue the Jedi way. So he would train the Jedi most likely and, well, start his own little Jedi temple and become the new Yoda. Most likely train for years to come. Well, with Leia most likely assassinated and dead, he has no sister, father, any family at all. He doesn't know Han and Chewie. Pretty much, he only has his Padawan. Now he would start a Jedi temple and most likely make it different than the old Jedi way and make it more peace-bringing and try to make sure that he does not teach anything that could be learned into becoming the dark side. Well, he would end up rebuilding the Jedi, rebuilding the temples, and, well, in 1,000 years to come, there would be a bunch of Jedi. Most likely, though, yes, somebody may turn and stuff. Most likely somebody will turn, but most likely it will get dealt with and stuff, because he would teach very well. So, yeah, that is my theory on what would happen if Yoda decided to not run away against Palpatine. So really, it could have resulted in some chaos, alright? Now, of course, it would at the end no longer become chaos and get fixed, but Yoda would not be able to withstand Palpatine. Once again, I'm saying he is old and would get exhausted and get overwhelmed by Palpatine, and Palpatine would destroy him. And well, without Yoda, Luke doesn't get trained, a lot of stuff doesn't happen, and well, Obi-Wan really, he would most likely not want to let Luke or Leia go into the hands of anybody else, as they are, well, the last two Jedi that will be trained, or one Jedi, even though they could be both. They pick Luke, and yeah, but, so, pretty much, that is that. So, that's my theory. Thanks for watching this video. Remember to like the video to help support the channel. Consider subscribing for daily Star Wars videos, and yeah, I'll be seeing you tomorrow.